back to 340 Paddler. And you might be asking yourself, why is he standing in front of this map? Well, this is my map of the Missouri River 340. Obsession aside, it gives you a sense of scale. This map is 7 feet long, going from Caw Point all the way to St. Charles. And it illustrates just the size of the endeavor that we're all going to partake in. And when you think about it, there isn't any other athletic event out there, other than other ultramarathon kayak races, that's going to take as long. Consider your friend the marathoner. Your friend the marathoner is probably out there running for anywhere from 3 to 6 hours. Even if you do an Ironman, you're done in 17 hours. That's the time limit after all. But we, even the fastest guys out there, aren't going to cover this entire course until we reach 36 to 40, maybe 45 hours. That's 1/2 to 2 days. Why is this of any importance? Well, look at it this way. No matter how many marathons you can run, how much you can deadlift, or how fast you can go on an ergometer, it won't help you push off in Jeff City. No matter how many reps you do or how good your technique is, it's not going to get you out of Catfish Katie's. This race is mental. I have watched people over 5 years who are incredibly well trained, who have incredible technique, who fall apart. And I have seen people who have very little training, who've done 20 miles or less in the boat, come out and finish this in really good times. So it's about grit. The entire experience of the 340 comes down to grit. Can you push yourself off the checkpoint? Can you look at a checkpoint such as Klondike and just paddle past without stopping? Can you paddle through the night through Lisbon Bottoms or Burger Bend? Ultimately, we all talk a lot about the physical development necessary for the race, how you should be able to hit this marker or that marker or do this or that, but it comes down to your self-discipline, to your grit. And that's what the training for the 340 is about. It's not about how fast you can run a mile or how fast you can paddle 1,000 meters. It's about getting up every day and doing it. Because that mentality that gets you up in the morning, that gets you on the ergometer or out on the water or out on the road, is what's going to get you to push off from Waverly. That is the mentality that when things get rough, will keep you going. And things will get rough. They always do for everyone. We all hit low points. And it becomes, what do you do in that low point? Do you sit there and say, you know what, I'm done? Or instead, do you push yourself to continue? And in my first year, what I did a couple of times, and it worked well for me, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone, is I would be at a checkpoint. Glasgow was a bad one for me, and Catfish Katie's was another one. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to push off. I'm far enough ahead of the Reaper, I'm just going to push off and float. And worst comes to worst, I work out what 2 miles, 3 miles an hour is going to get me down the river. Every time I did that, within a mile I was paddling and then things picked up. It's the grit, it's the mentality, and don't forget that in your training. You want to force yourself to do things that you don't want to do, that you're not prepared to do. Because you'll be in that position on the 340. You'll hurt, you'll be tired, and you'll want to continue. Until next time, this is 340 Paddler, asking you to keep your paddle in the water.